Have you ever felt like the universe conspires to bring souls together, even the most unlikely ones? Sometimes, life throws challenges at us that seem insurmountable, moments when hope slips away like sand through our fingers. But then, when all seems lost, a helping hand, or rather, an unexpected trunk, emerges to change destiny. Today, I'm going to tell you one of those stories that make us believe in magic, in loyalty, and in the strength of the bonds forged by the heart. Get ready, because what you're about to see and hear about a tiny elephant calf and its rescuer goes far beyond what reason can explain. Imagine the scorching sun of the African savanna, with the strong scent of dry earth mixing with the wild aroma of acacias. It's in this grand, yet unforgiving, setting that our journey begins. A baby elephant, so small it could barely stretch its curled trunk, found itself alone, an easy target in a world full of dangers. Can you believe it? So young, and already facing the deepest solitude. Its tiny cries, thin as a bird's peep, echoed through the warm air, but no one answered. Its still fragile hooves sank into the dust, and fear weighed heavily with every step. But the real threat, the one that would make any heart freeze, was about to reveal itself. What would happen when the darkness of night began to fall, and the hungriest eyes of the savannah turned towards that defenseless creature? And how, amidst such overwhelming danger, could the most unexpected help possibly appear? That elephant calf, who we'll affectionately call Popcorn for its liveliness, or lack thereof that day, was in a predicament no living being should face. The savannah, which should have been its safe home under its mother's giant shadow, had become a labyrinth of solitude. Forest rangers, who patrol the area and know every bush, suspected its mother had fallen victim to illegal poachers. A harsh reality, isn't it? It's incredible how human greed can shatter such deep bonds in nature. Popcorn, with its ears still so soft they felt like velvet in the wind, wandered aimlessly, the sun beating down hard on its grayish skin, a heat that seemed to crush it. Suddenly the air grew heavy, and the rustling of the tall grass, a sound that was once just the wind blowing, began to take on a different rhythm, heavier, more calculated. Have you ever felt that chill down your spine when you know something is wrong, even without seeing it? Well, Popcorn felt it. A strange, almost deafening silence fell over the landscape. Instinct screamed. Lions, an entire pride, 12 of them, with golden eyes fixed on the little one. Lions, did you know, can hunt young elephants, especially if they are alone. They are cunning predators, and Popcorn's disadvantage was stark. Who hasn't felt surrounded by problems, not knowing where to run? With each stride of the big cats, the ground seemed to tremble. The dense, earthy smell of the lions mixed with the odor of Popcorn's own fear. It tried to huddle, becoming a tiny, gray ball in the vastness. Its little heart pounded so hard you could almost hear it. It knew it was lost, and now cornered. But sometimes it's at the peak of despair that hope, even a thin thread, manifests. What could happen next when all chances seemed to have run out? Little Popcorn, with its heart pounding like a drum, could already feel the lion's hot breath. On its skin, time seemed to stretch, each second an eternity of terror. It was the kind of moment when nature shows its cruelest face, and you think, that's it, there's no way out. But have you ever noticed how sometimes life holds its biggest surprises for the darkest moments? Well, that's exactly what happened. As the pride of lions prepared for the final pounce, a different tremor began to shake the ground. It wasn't the wind, nor the rustling of the grass, but a deep sound of hooves, like distant thunder rapidly approaching. And then he appeared, out of nowhere, like an apparition that seemed a sign from the universe. An older, gigantic elephant bull, with worn tusks and a prominent scar near his left eye. He was Montu. Montu, did you know, was an exile, a solitary elephant who had been driven from his herd years ago. Older males are sometimes forced away so younger ones can take their place, ensuring the survival of the species. It's a fascinating wildlife quirk, the need for individual sacrifice for the collective good. He lived on the fringes, a shadow in the savanna's vastness, the scent of freedom and solitude marking his presence. But at that instant, Montu was not alone. His gaze was fixed on the lions and on Popcorn, the air filled with a guttural roar. From Montu, a sound so powerful it made the lions recoil, shocked. Could you have that courage? He charged at them, a colossal mass of protection and fury, driving the felines away one by one. The lions, who were once the threat, were now fleeing, leaving a trail of dust and surprise. That scene was a vivid reminder that loyalty and courage can emerge from where we least expect it, even from a heart broken by exile. And the most incredible part? After scaring off the danger, Montu didn't leave. He stayed. If you were also moved by this improbable rescue, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more emotional stories like this one. What would make a solitary animal risk everything for a calf it didn't even know? The answer was just beginning to unfold. After the chaos of the rescue came the calm. Montu, that colossus of scars and wisdom, did not leave. He simply stayed there, his presence imposing but now gentle, hovering over little Popcorn. Have you ever seen how an animal, even without words, can convey a sense of security that transcends any logic? That's exactly what it was like. Popcorn, who had been trembling with fear, now nestled close to the giant, feeling the warmth of Montu's body and hearing the soft, rhythmic sound of his breathing. It seemed that, in that moment, two solitary souls had found a common purpose. In the vast plain, Montu was not just a protector. He became a mentor. He began to guide the calf, teaching it the ways of survival in the savanna. Did you know that elephants use their trunks for everything, from drinking water to plucking leaves, and even greeting other elephants? It's a fascinating curiosity. Montu showed Popcorn where to find the best water sources, with the scent of fresh water hanging in the air after a long walk. He guided it to the most nutritious bush, and even taught it to recognize signs of danger, like the dry snap of a breaking branch in the distance. They avoided main paths, preferring safer, more discreet trails, as if Montu knew they needed time to grow stronger away from curious eyes. They became an inseparable duo. Imagine the scene, the giant and the tiny one, moving together under the African sun, one caring for the other. Who hasn't needed someone to show the way when they felt lost? That's a life lesson, isn't it? No matter how experienced you are, there's always something to learn, especially from those who have faced the world before you. But the truth is, this improbable pair didn't go unnoticed. Other herds of elephants, those living in large, secure families, began to observe Montu and the calf from a distance. Their curiosity was palpable, like a silent wave hanging over the grass. What would these herds do when they saw an exile with an orphan? The future of Popcorn and Montu was still uncertain, but a new hope was on the horizon. Days turned into weeks, and Montu and Popcorn continued their journey, a duo that defied all savanna conventions. That scent of dust and freedom that accompanied them was almost a testament to their resilience. Other herds of elephants, large families with their wise matriarchs, watched them with a mix of curiosity and skepticism. After all, an exiled male is not usually welcome, and a calf without a mother, well, nature can be cruel to the solitary ones. Would Montu's protection be enough to open the doors of a new family to them? Who hasn't wanted to belong, to be accepted by a group? It's such a human feeling, isn't it? One day, they approached a large herd. The matriarch, an ancient elephant with ears torn from old battles, and a gaze that seemed to carry the history of generations stepped forward. The air grew tense, thick like the morning mist that hangs over the river at dawn. She sniffed popcorn, her trunk gently brushing the calf's tiny body. Elephants, did you know, have an incredibly keen sense of smell, capable of recognizing an individual even miles away? It was a moment of evaluation. Popcorn's heart, and certainly Muntu,'s, must have been pounding. After a long moment that felt like an eternity, the matriarch made a low sound, a murmur that was a mix of approval and invitation. You could feel the shift in the air, as if a heavy curtain of uncertainty had been lifted. She had accepted popcorn. The relief was almost palpable. But what was even more surprising, and perhaps a sign of a greater destiny, is that she also accepted Muntu. The exile, the solitary one, was being invited back into a herd. Have you ever seen something so unexpected happen? It was as if the universe was correcting an old injustice, giving Muntu not just a purpose, but a home. That day marked the beginning of a new era for Muntu and popcorn, a chapter where the strength of invisible bonds would prove more resilient than any danger. With acceptance into the herd, Muntu not only found a home, he found a new purpose. Elephant, who was once in exile, now moved with the confidence of a leader, a true guardian. He and Popcorn, who grew strong and healthy under his care, were inseparable. The calf, now more robust, played and ran, while Muntu watched, a protective gaze that spoke more than 1,000 words. Have you ever noticed how gratitude and loyalty can completely transform someone's essence? Muntu was living proof of that. But the savannah is relentless, and safety is always temporary. One night, the unusual rustling of vegetation and the strong scent of feline urine invaded the herd's encampment. It was them again, the lions. A new attack, perhaps seeking revenge for the previous humiliation, or simply driven by never-ending hunger. Panic began to spread among the younger elephants, and the sound of their startled trumpets broke the night's silence. It was a scene that chilled the soul, the darkness amplifying the danger dot. It was then that Muntu acted. Without hesitation, he placed himself in front of the herd, a mountain of unshakable courage. His roar, now deeper and more authoritative than ever, reverberated through the night, mixing with the wind that whipped through the tall grass. He charged at the lions with an ancestral fury, not just as a dominant male, but as a father, a protector of his new family. The lions, formidable predators though they were, retreated before that titan of protection and bravery. He had defended his herd, solidifying his place not only as a member but as a legend. It's inspiring to see someone who, even after being rejected, rises to protect those who welcome them, isn't it? Muntu remained with the herd, his presence a bulwark of security. Popcorn grew strong and healthy by his side, a living witness to a rescue that changed destinies. The story of Muntu, of the calf he saved and the family he built, spread, whispered among forest rangers and told by campfires. He became a legend, a symbol that, no matter the past, the present can be rewritten with acts of love and courage. What an incredible lesson! True strength lies in protecting what we love and finding our place in the world, even when it tries to cast us out. The story of Muntu and Popcorn is not just about an elephant who rescued a calf and scared off the lions. It's about the courage of an individual who, despite exile and solitude, chose protection and love above all else. It is living proof that family is not always defined by blood, but by the bonds formed in the toughest moments, by acceptance and unwavering loyalty. Muntu became more than a guardian. He transformed into a true legend, an eternal echo of hope amidst the vastness of the savannah. His story teaches us that even when we are rejected or feel lost, we can find a greater purpose and a place to belong, simply by reaching out a hand or a trunk to those in need. who hasn't felt the weight of the world on their shoulders and wished for unexpected help? The lives of these animals show us that resilience and the capacity to love are forces that can change destinies. It's a valuable lesson for us humans, who often forget the simplicity and depth of the values that nature teaches us. If this story of overcoming adversity and friendship touched your heart, if you felt that shiver of emotion as Montu challenged the lions, or when Popcorn nestled by his side, it means their message reached you. And you, have you ever had an animal that changed your life, that taught you a lesson in courage or loyalty? Tell us in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. If this chronicle warmed your heart and made you believe a little more in the power of unlikely bonds, leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our next exciting adventures. And if you want to continue this journey of discovery and delve deeper into more lessons that animals have to offer us, the next video suggested by YouTube will move you even more. Don't miss it.